Hey, what's going on, everybody? Manny here once again. Welcome to DFS Zone. I have a new video for you, ladies and gentlemen, like always. But before I get started, I appreciate you guys drop a like. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time here, not seen any of my videos before, the only thing you need to do to be a part of the community and get access to all the content here at DFS Zone is to become a subscriber. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you also put on your post notifications. This way you don't miss out on any of my videos. We will be having content for MLB, any 8-9 game slate or lower, anywhere in the 4 games to 8 to 9 games. I more than likely will be doing videos. NBA, I've been doing NBA videos throughout the entire year. I've taken a little bit of a break from it. Playoffs are about to begin any day now. We will be back with some videos for the NBA playoffs. And then, of course, we got WNBA, which we covered all in its entirety all last year. We will be back with that as well, starting at the end of May. I think it's May 24th or 25th, the WNBA season will begin. So we'll be covering WNBA. All right, so stay posted. If you want to be able to get content and you play DFS, MLB, NBA, or WNBA, make sure you are a subscriber down below and put on those post notifications. This way you don't miss out on any of that information when I post it. Okay. First things first, I mean, we're still running the comment contest of the week, man. $20 giveaway to you guys, my subscribers and my viewers. The only thing you need to do to qualify for the $20 is $10 sponsorship from Draft Dashboard. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Chris, for doing that for me. I'm putting the other $10 out of my own pocket. So $20 to you guys. Hey, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's something. And I want to start giving back to some of my community. So $20 giveaway, comment contest. The only thing you need to do, folks, is to make sure you like the video, comment down anything down in the comment section. It could be regarding the actual slate or any other questions you may have, but make sure you comment down below to qualify for it. And as well, you have to be a subscriber to the channel, so make sure that you, if you are new, that you are subscribing to it so you could qualify for it. The drawing will be on Monday. I know I'm not doing videos every day, but whomever comments, likes, and subscribes, obviously those are the ones that are going to qualify for the drawing, and it will be announced on Monday's video. So good luck to all of you guys. Make sure you keep on liking and commenting down below. All right, as you can see, Draft Dashboard is my weapon of choice, as you guys know, for MLB, NBA, and of course very soon for WNBA. If you have not used the Draft Dashboard yet, I think it's one of the coolest softwares. You got everything here to just make sure to make your research time, you know, a little less easier for you guys. So it's all about saving research time. You got obviously the players' information, you got team rankings, you got pretty much the actual game, the actual price tag for FanDuel as well as for DK. You're going to have the price for the players, the OPS, weighted OPS, fantasy points per game, ownership, projections. So you can see here 46% for Noah Syndergaard for today. At bats as well as innings pitched, the average, earned run averages, home runs, and of course the strikeouts, and of course the projected points for today for that particular player. All that is here on one screen. On top of it, if you hover over this link here, you're going to see that you're going to see here the last 3 years average for OPS versus lefties, righties, and switch hitters for the pitcher, and then the opposite would be for hitters when you're looking over hitters. Other than that, you got everything else. You got all right here. Basically, you could click here. You get all the slates. Of course, it is also good for FanDuel as well as DraftKings. You got multiple sports that you can actually play here in the one software. You got MLB right now going on, NHL, and NBA. And then, of course, they're covering NFL. Also, you'll get here within the software, and soon you will also be getting WNBA. On the left-hand side of the screen, you got the MLB cheat sheet, which we also have for the NBA cheat sheet. It's basically just you being able for you to just narrow down your research time even quicker, more faster. If you don't have enough time to get it done on your own, then basically you can go right over to the MLB cheat sheet. You got the sleepers and studs, player trends, the lineup optimizer, where you take all your players on your watch players list and you'll be able to throw them in there and make your lineups. 1 lineup, 2 lineups, 10 lineups. You can do as many lineups as you want with the watch players list. You'll be able to have access to this software with the link in the description of this video. I can give you access to this software to try it out for 30 days for $1, and at the same time you will also have access to my own watch players list. Right now it's only 3, and these are only the pitchers, but those who have been involved with me already, you know Now I'm going to be adding the other players within the course of the day as far as MLB. And then, of course, I do the same thing for NBA. So you're going to get NBA throughout the playoffs, and you're going to also get MLB. It's just a good way to just have some extra information as far as players are concerned for those of you who are fairly new that are basically still trying to figure out how to play MLB or NBA DFS. You have somebody that can help you out there. So the watch players list will come in good. Now, how do you get access to my watch players list? Well, when you sign up in the link in the description down below, you're going to have your dashboard similar to mine. The only thing is you go to watch players. And as you can see here, you see it right above here, watch DFS Zones picks right here, this blue button. You're going to click on that, and it's going to give you my watch players list. And that's how you get access to the watch players list. And that's basically it, man. So, all right, enough with that regarding draft dashboard. This is obviously to all of you guys that are fairly new, have not actually seen the draft dashboard, or have utilized it, or is your first time here watching one of my videos. All right, let's get to the video. So again, what you get here, if you're new, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 possible plays at pitchers, guys that I'm having I'm considering and throwing into my lineups, as well as I'm going to give you team stacks that I think will be ones that we should be targeting. Other than that, I will also give you a little bit of BVPs, because a lot of people like to see that as well. All right, so let's get to the pitchers. At the top, we got Noah Syndergaard, as you can see. Noah Syndergaard, 10,100, man, on Fanduel. I mean, he is $300 cheaper on DK, so 9,800 pretty much for him to play there. I think out of the top guys here going today, I think he's probably the one guy that I would consider, especially if I'm doing multiple lineups. I'm a GPP player, so I will be looking for someone a little bit in the mid-tier range, a little less in price, but I will make multiple lineups, especially on Fanduel, where I throw in some quarter GPPs and 50-cent ones. I'll probably throw him in a few lineups there, even though he is the most priciest pitcher. He does have a little bit of upside. Granted, he hasn't looked really dominant as of yet, but he has a lot of potential. He's coming in here with a 4.50 earned run average after 2 starts. Last game out, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, which really not a good outing for Syndergaard against the Nationals. 8 hits, 2 base on balls, did have 6 strikeouts, only put up 34 fantasy points. But if you look over here, his last three years average OPS versus lefties and righties has been pretty darn good. 0.621 versus lefties, 0.625 versus righties. I think that is very good. On top of that, Minnesota's coming in with a really balanced lineup of 3 lefties, 4 righties, and 2 switch hitters. So he's more than likely going to see 4 or 5 lefties, but they're going to have issues with it with a guy who throws as well as Syndergaard can throw, and he's really going in on lefties. Now, I'm going to tell you another reason why. Also, Minnesota, 143 batting average versus Syndergaard in a small sample, 1 for 7. Of course, Minnesota Twins are from the American League, so he doesn't see them a whole lot. But we know that he has 40-point upside. That's for 1. 2, we know that he's capable of getting you 9 to 10 strikeouts or better if everything's going well. Another thing is, his K percentage thus far against righties this year, 30% and 23% respectively versus lefties. So his K percentage is not too bad. Definitely in a good. He's in a good position to do well there. Another thing also is that he's a pretty decent ground ball pitcher. 57% ground balls to lefties, 54% to righties thus far this year. And the hard contact has been very nice. Versus lefties, lefties have only been hitting him at 12.5% hard contact. So they're not really hitting him all that hard at all. Granted, the righties have done a lot better with a 36% rate as far as hard contact is concerned. But again, when you're looking at Syndergaard, you're looking at 9 to 10K upside. You're looking at 40, 45 fantasy points. And on top of that, you also got to consider he is a pretty good hitting pitcher for a pitcher. And he is playing in the National League, in a National League ballpark, in his own ballpark here today. So Syndergaard is definitely someone you got to consider at 10,001. Other than Syndergaard, my second choice, and it's more so for me, more my first choice, it would be Robbie Ray, the lefty, going up against Texas. Robbie Ray at home in Arizona. He's coming in 4.35 earned run average after 2 starts. Last game out, he only pitched 5 1/3, had 2 earned runs with 2 hits. Did give up 5 base on balls, which is really, uncharacteristic from him. 3 Ks, only 19 fantasy points, but I expect a bounce back game from Robbie Ray today. He's going up against Texas. Texas has been hitting better this year, but they're still striking out a little bit, not as high of a K rate as they were last year. And we know they were a really bad team last year, not only versus lefty pitchers, but they were also pretty bad as far as strikeouts are concerned. But here's another guy that's a strikeout guy, could get you 9 to 10 Ks if everything is going right for him. Has 40, 45 fantasy point upside as as well. Lefties only hitting against him this year, and I look at all these numbers, but this is what impressed me the most. Robbie Ray, lefties only batting 125 against him. Righties only 148 batting average. The lefties, all right, have a 50% K rate so far. He has 50% K rate on lefties and 21% on righties. So he's dominating lefties, and he's going to go up here, as you can see. He's going to face Texas that has 2 switch hitters and 3 lefties. So more than likely, he's going to see at least 4, possibly 5 guys in the lineup that are going to bat, 3 lefties and 2 righties. And he's going to face probably 4 righties, and the 2 switch hitters more than likely going to be more righties. So he's going to see 6 righties, and he's overall right now, he's doing very well against both lefties and righties, actually having very much better success against lefties as far as strikeouts are concerned. Texas has has faced only a few lefties this year. They haven't done a whole lot. But last season versus lefties, they only batted .238, ladies and gentlemen, and they were 4th in strikeouts versus lefties last year with 462 strikeouts. So again, Texas not looking like the same team as last year. They are playing a bit better right now, but at the moment, I think Robbie Ray going in does have to just looking at engaging it from last year's statistics. He should be in a good position to do well here again here today at home against Texas. And as you can see, Texas has batted .273 against him. But again, I do like Robbie Ray. I think he can be someone that will get you about 40, 45 fantasy points here today. Other than Robbie Ray, over here at the bottom, as you can see, I penciled in here. I really like as a really sneaky play Felix Pena. Now, granted, I like Milwaukee and I like that lineup. I love Christian Zelich. I like Lorenzo Cain as well. Milwaukee is a solid team here, but something tells me that Pena can definitely do well here. Now, Pena's coming in here. You need $6,200 for him on Fanduel. He's $1,000 cheaper on DK at $5,200. He's coming in at 5.40 earned run average. His last game out only pitched 4 2/3 innings, and that was all due to his pitch count getting a little high, but has 6 or 7 inning upside. He could definitely go 6 or 7 innings on the norm, and he's capable of getting you a strikeout per inning, getting you 7 to 8 strikeouts per game as well. And if we look here, Milwaukee, small sample, only 8 at-bats against him, batting only 125. And look at his OPS versus lefties and righties. Not too bad against righties, much better against lefties. A .581 OPS versus lefties. And he is going to face here 4 lefties and 4 righties and 1 switch hitter, with more than likely, because he's a righty pitcher, is going to face a 5th lefty. I like the advantage here for him going up against 5 lefties. Milwaukee is batting right now. It's a small sample, like I said, 148. They are 4th right now in the league as far as strikeouts are concerned, with 90 strikeouts versus righty pitchers. Can you believe that? After all the offense they have put up 90 Ks. They have struck out 90 times. Batting against righties, they're only batting .239 thus far this year against righties. They're 15th in the major league in that department. Now, the 2 guys that are going to be very dangerous are Christian Zelich is batting .400 versus righties with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs, so you got to watch out with Zelich. And Cain is batting .316. But everybody else in that lineup is batting .250 or under. Okay, so again, if he could stay away out of trouble from making sure he gets ahead and takes down the other hitters and not put himself in a dangerous situation to face Zelich or Cain with men on base, I think he'll be just fine. So he could be a possible very sneaky play, Mr. Felix Pena. Another guy that I do like also that is probably in a very good matchup as well is Yusei Kikuchi for Seattle going up against Kansas City. He's got a 4.02 earned run average after 3 starts. Can get you about 30 fantasy points. And he's going up against a team like Kansas City that struggles against lefties. Their best hitter against lefties is Mondesi, who's batting .308. After that, everybody else is batting .250 or less. You got Gordon .250, Merrifield .231, Hamilton .222, Soler .214. Maldonado is batting .200, Owings .182, Dozier .100. I mean, they're batting like under .200 as a team against lefty pitchers. So I think you say, not again, he's not an overpowering pitcher. He's not going to get a ton of strikeouts. He can get you 4 or 5, 6 strikeouts, maybe a strikeout per inning. If he can get 6 or 7 solid innings, he can definitely get you 6 or 7 strikeouts as well. I think this is a good matchup. I think he could be a very sneaky play as well. Other than that, let's talk about a couple of stacks here. Now, Seattle, to me, is probably my favorite stack going into today. I mean, Seattle I mean, the numbers are just outrageous. Okay, Seattle's coming in here. They're batting 294 this year after 13 games. That's number one in the majors. They're number one in OPS with a .942. They're number one in hits with 138. They're second in doubles with 28. They're first in the majors in home runs with 33. They're number one in the majors with RBIs, 103. And they're and they're also number one in stolen bases, go figure, with 15. Seattle's doing everything right. And they're going up against a kid who's coming in here, is doing like a little spot start, and Heath Philmeyer. And I do like the chances here for Seattle to light this kid up. Now, granted, the kid has potential, but Daniel Vogelbach, 526 batting average with a 1.993 OPS with 4 home runs, 7 RBIs versus righties this year, is definitely a dangerous bat in that Seattle lineup. Santana, 383 batting average with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs versus righties. 17 RBIs already. That is nuts. Okay, Beckham, 344 batting average. Gordon, 344. Navarez, 300. Encarnacion, 290. And then you got Jay Bruce, who's only batting 187 against righties, but has popped 4 home runs. So there goes the home run potential there with Jay Bruce. So Seattle is definitely a team to be reckoned with here today. I like them as a possible stack. Another game and another stack that I like is Philadelphia, and I also like Washington on the other side of the field. Washington has been one of the very few teams that has put up pretty decent numbers against Nick Pivetta. Washington coming in here, I like them a little bit more than I like Philly at the moment, just simply because of BVPs. You got Rendon is 6 for 12 historically against Pivetta with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs with a 500 batting average and a 1.872 OPS. Zimmerman is 5 for 9 with 1 home run, 4 RBIs, a 556 batting average, and a 1.556 OPS. Soto, small sample, 3 for 7, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 429 batting average. And Adam Eaton, even a smaller sample, 2 for 3 with a 667 batting average and a 1.417 OPS. Again, you know, those are guys to consider. Washington, 486 batting average versus Pivetta so far this year. Over their career as far as career-wise. Then you got Philadelphia on the other side. They got Philly going up. They're going to face Hellickson. And you got here Harper is batting 250, McCutchen 219. But then you got Franco is batting 357 versus righties this year. Segura 333. Hoskins 321 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs versus righties. BVP-wise, Harper has faced Hellickson 18 times, 5 for 18 with 2 home runs. McCutchen is 4 for 11. And JT Realmuto is 10 for 33 against Hellickson with 4 RBIs. Gene Segura, small sample, 2 for 7 with a double. So again, I also like the factors you can go in this game. You can't actually really game stack the game, but you can actually get a little piece of each team, like maybe 2-3 or 2-2, 2 Philadelphia, 2 Washington. I think you could definitely go 3 Washington, 2 Philly, or 3 Philly, 2 Washington. But I do like these guys going up here. Philadelphia is 11th in hitting this year at batting 256, and they're 5th in OPS with a .838 OPS. And, of course, they've hit Hellickson for a 282 batting average. And like I said, Washington has a 486 batting average versus Pivetta. So, I mean, they both have been hit fairly well against one another's teammates. I do like either one of those. I could see myself going one or the other. You could possibly also consider Oakland in a possible small stack here today as well. But that's pretty much it. We'll go over the BVPs. A couple guys to watch out. Oakland, Morales, 4 for 12 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs versus Straley. Houston's Springer is 8 for 30 with 3 home runs versus Paxton. So you can look there. Pittsburgh's Francisco Cervelli, 4 for 7 with 2 doubles versus Darvish. Then you got Seattle's Beckham, 3 for 3 with a home run versus Philmeyer. David Peralta for Arizona, 5 for 11, 1 home run versus Lance Lynn. Texas Shin Soo Cho, 2 for 7, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs versus Robbie Ray. So again, as much as I like Robbie Ray, there's 2 guys that have actually had great success with him BVP-wise. Logan Forsythe, 4 for 9, 1 home run, 2 RBIs versus Ray as well. And Hunter Pence is 7 for 16 versus Robbie Ray with 2 doubles and 7 base on balls. Surprisingly, he's had 7 walks against this guy in 16 at-bats. But Hunter Pence has had a little bit of success with Robbie Ray as well. And that's pretty much where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. So again, drop a like on the video. Comment down below if you want to be in the giveaway. $20 Monday going out to one of you guys. And of course, make sure if you have not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Again, we got NBA coming back up now with the playoffs. Today's the last day of the NBA season. So we're going to have the playoffs all finalized. We're going to get back to some videos for the playoffs. Of course, some more MLB. And then, of course, at the end of the month of May, look for that WNBA content as well. All right, guys. Again, I appreciate all of you guys, man. Have a great night. God, good luck. And I'll see you guys next video.